Good evening, all of you. Welcome to the 27th webinar in the Thursday webinar series of IEEE Malabar Subsection. As you are aware, from 1st June onwards, IEEE MSS is conducting a webinar on every Thursday. This is our 27th webinar. So today we have Sri PRAVEEN Kumar, who is actually a subdivisional, who has been a subdivisional engineer of BSNL. Recently he took VRS. He is a person with knowledge in various fields. So he has kindly agreed to talk on a very relevant topic, human resource potential of youth in India 2020. So on behalf of IEEE MSS, I thank as well as I welcome PRAVEEN to this particular webinar. So over to Anjana for introducing the speaker, his background, and conducting for anchoring the webinar. Over to you, Anjana. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. The regular webinar series organized by IEEE Malabar Subsection in association with the IEEE Malabar Hub caters to equip students with technological empowerment and insights. Before we get started with today's webinar, I request all participants to ensure that your audio and video is disabled during the presentation to save data and for the smooth conduct of our program. Any queries can be informed through the chat window, and this will be discussed at the end of the session. Without further ado, let's begin. In his book, India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium, our former President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, identifies India's human resource base as one of its greatest core competencies. Youth, being the most valuable segment of the population and a huge reservoir of energy, got much to do in shaping the destiny of our nation. Joining us today to talk on this very relevant and significant topic, the human resource potential of youth in India, is Mr. PRAVEEN Kumar D, retired Sr.Sub Divisional Engineer from BSNL Kerala. He's an experienced and dynamic professional who has also worked with the HCL HP, Akashvani All India Radio, the Department of Telecommunication, Regional Telecom Training Center, and BSNL Mobile Services. Having completed his BTech and MTech from Government College of Engineering, Trivandrum, and MBA in Operations from the Indira Gandhi National Open University, he is now pursuing his research works with the Wells University, Chennai. He's also a regular attendee of short courses conducted by IIT Kanpur since 2015. It's our pleasure and honor to have him with us today. Please join me in welcoming and inviting our speaker of the day, Mr. PRAVEEN Kumar D, to lead the session. Sir, please.
Namaskar. Respected Kalesh sir, the Vice Chairman of Kerala Chapter IEEE, the Chair Sri and Dr. and Professor Madhukumar, sir is one of my old friend also. He's the Chair of Malabar IEEE chapter, and Sabik is again my friend, Vice Chair of Malabar IEEE chapter. At the outside, also Anjana is there, anchoring the session. At the very outset, I express my heartfelt thanks for giving me an opportunity for addressing the youthful engineers from the Malabar region or from Kerala as a whole. This is my third session I am addressing the youth in the same topic. Why I am finding it is very convenient and very interesting to take such a subject to present before young engineers. The initial slides will tell the whole story is based on the very relevance of the passing period, that is 2020. 2020, the year 2020 has got a significance very much very much related to the significance we have passed through 1990s. Myself and your Professor Madhukumar sir and all came through that process of globalization, that Manmohanomics, that means Finance Minister of Rajiv Gandhi government, then Finance Minister of Rajiv Gandhi government, Sri Manmohan Singh, has opened up in the Indian market for global economy, Indian economy for global market forces, thinking that will accelerate the economic activities in the country. Anyway, that is irresistible activity that is taking place all over the world. As an aftermath of that, Russian Federation, that USSR collapsed, and all those things happened. That is there. And in between, a lot of things happened. We will go through the rushes through the slides. But similarly impacted scenario we are facing in 2020. What is the importance of 2020? See, all human activities are based upon socialization. So now you can see that people are riding bicycle, riding two-wheelers, four-wheeler, passing through four-wheelers as units. That means they don't want to mingle. Without mingling, what about the social aspects of human race is concerned? If social aspects are not there, how the economic activity will be there? So the total scenario affected global economy as well as India is also a part of the global economy, Indian economy. So we also affected drastically. That means we crashed like anything, Indian economy. But even in that period, we have got sufficient areas where ray of hopes are emerging, which can be transformed into a new level of height. So the importance of you people, that means recent national population census says by 2021, the 35% of the Indian population will be of the age band 15 to 34. That means 35%, 1/3 of the Indian population is having potential of thriving this, transforming this peculiar, very peculiar scenario created by a small microorganisms called viruses, corona, SARS-CoV-2 viruses. So, only thing, the infrastructure as well as the enabling medium by the political front has to be supported, and the pioneers in the field, be it engineering, I am focusing in the engineering and technology and science area. So the pioneers in this field can give sufficient focus as well as energy for driving this potential for transforming this very, very useful scenario. So what is the importance of the 2020? We will rush through the slides. So you know the post-independence Nehruvian era, the decade of infrastructure building in public sector. The country became free. We emerged from nothing. We emerged from wounds of partition. There were nothing. You may be knowing the issue related to creating something afresh. That is a painful process. India suffered that process. The big salute for Pandit Nehru for creating. You may be knowing that fact that 1951 was the first IIT set up in Kharagpur. That is a vision. Those were the products of the visionary Pandit Nehru. And Pandit Nehru used to say, the dam sites are future temples of developing India. So tapping electricity, steel industry, and infrastructure building were the priority under public sector umbrella. Was that highlight of that post-independence Nehruvian era. And after that, I am only touching only the game changers. I am not going through the entire political scenario. Don't take it as a political sense. I am touching only those who have changed the game. And Srimati Gandhi setting strong foot in her father's ideology. She had given a lot of stress for the public sector activities like nationalization of banks, defense research. You are seeing that Abdul Kalam has been invited for forming DRDO, Defense Research Organization, and you can see that Vijaya Bank is getting nationalized. All these things augmented the process of public sector as well as boosting the technological arena of the country of India. And of course, during 1980s, or you can say 85 or that area, 80s and 1990s, 1980s, 1990, before 1990, 1980s and 1990s, Srimati Indira Gandhi's eldest son, Rajiv Gandhi, took over the reign of India, and he has transformed the Indian science and technological arena by inviting a very brilliant technocrat of that time from US. He is none other than our Sam Pitroda. Sam Pitroda has reduced the digital divide which existed between the rural and urban area in terms of telecommunication, in computer science, in various areas. He has given a lot of contribution during Rajiv Gandhi regime. So we can see a pioneer scientist as well as a technocrat in Rajiv Gandhi. So we have to see him as a game changer in those era. And of course, during 1990, we have seen the Manmohan economics. That means the finance minister of Rajiv Gandhi ministry, Sri Manmohan Singh, has opened up the economy for global market forces. This was the turning point in Indian economy as well as Indian history. India is back to the part of a global village, and our economy has been opened up for global market forces. And the successive UPA governments redefined the market-driven economy, but slightly reducing the control of regulations, slightly giving lenience towards the corporatization movement started. And we had seen technological revolutions like mobile communication segment opened up. Of course, some controversy has happened. Even then, the 3G, the third generation networks were opened up in the country, even though some controversies were there, which affected the telecom industry a lot. Even then, the Manmohan Singh government was very firm in regulating the market economy of the country. Why I am saying all these things means we have to see the importance of 2020. Now 2020, we are just before the before the coronavirus related pandemic. During the pre-pandemic period, a lot of hectic experiments were done by Sri Prime Minister Narendra Modi, slightly lenient towards private funding, introduction of GST, and a lot of activities were carried out, which dynamically, which gave dynamics for the Indian economy. And even though slightly it is lenient towards corporate funding, but ease of doing business was his mantra. And a lot of experimental as well as very dynamic initiatives were carried out during the NDA government, successive NDA governments. And of course, 2020, early 2019 December, 2020 January, February, all these things we were bad as small microorganisms hit our economy drastically. We crashed like anything. Before that, our economy was limping like 5% GDP growth. Now you can see the Q1 means quarter one, that is April to April, May, June, July. April, July segment crashed like 23.9% contraction of GDP. Of course, now the Q2 segment slightly recovered 10.7% of the minus contraction 10.7%, slightly recovered. So slightly recovered in the sense economy starts breathing. It will breathe because Vajrayuda, you can call it as COVID-19 related vaccines are coming up for the global economy, will breathe to a positive growth rate. So as I said earlier, by 2021, national population's 34% of the people will be the age group of 15-34. So I am interested in this group. 35% means how much? 130 crore, one third of 130 crore, say nearly 40 crore people are falling under the age group of 15-34. So I'm mainly touching on these aspects which may give new direction for the youth potential in India. But I'm mainly focusing on, out of the 40 crore, only 0.4% people are coming out of the technocrat streams, that means engineering and technology stream. So probably this IEEE platform will be addressing that 0.4% of the 40 crore. 0.4% of the 40 crore. That means some related to 2 crore people or something like that. The engineers, the real engineers, their vision should be their firm beliefs should be rooted in Indian ethos and values, and they should be committed and trustworthy. They should be the perseverance of their ambition should be kept as time goes. They should not go for immediate benefits. They should do their business without any end fame or something like that. Perseverance and capacity to take new challenges. Innovation, of course, in the innovation framework, government is doing, the present government also is doing a lot of work on the innovation segment. And research aptitude, of course, research aptitude is a part and parcel of any technological improvement, technological achievement of the industry. Industry should have a marriage with academics so that their research hubs can contribute for real solutions in the future. So the national ethos, you can think about Rabindranath Tagore's words regarding small wisdom. Small wisdom you can compare with water in glass, which is very clear, transparent and pure. But if you think about greater wisdom, it is something like water in sea, which is dark, mysterious and impenetrable. You should be firm, you should be eminent to address the greater wisdom part. Of course, education is not fulfilled if your activities and solutions are not well established existence with nature. There should be a harmony with nature, with all existence of human beings of all races. Then only it will be a total solution. See, in the higher education segment, country is having nearly 51,000 higher education institutes, 400 plus universities and affiliated 40,000 affiliated colleges, some 107 institutions of national importance. If you say there's some shady areas in our technology community is something like that, AICT's approval for seats is 30 lakhs, but the statistics says the enrollment will be somewhere around 20 lakh, but passing out will be somewhere around 12 lakh, and after that the employability is nearly 50%. Where are we erred? Where is actually the problem lies? The problem lies basically, let me say, the problem lies partly from the government institution, the government setup, as well as the academics and industry. Everybody has got its own role in it. To be frank, the premier Indian institutes, the premier technological institutes are taking industrial projects, whereas other universities are not getting the chance of doing that, or they are not coming up for taking up the industrial projects in their campuses. Nowadays, research is something associated with the research guide. Researchers are to be associated with the research centers, associated with industry-related hubs. Then only it will be transformed to something fruitful for addressing the social arena, social map of the country. So regarding committed engineers and committed people, there are so many people. I can give example, but you might have noticed this girl, Surfi Gautam. She is from a village known as Amadhara in Madhya Pradesh, and she was qualified all India rank IAS with 50, IAS 2016. Why I am saying this means she was not inclined to speak in English during her college days in Bhopal University. So the physics professor was asking what is potential. Even though she knows the concept behind his question, she was unable to explain it in real physical terms. On that particular day, she thought that she wants to return to her native village, Amadara, but her mother consoled her and asked her to learn English at any cost. If you are coming back to the village, what about the remaining women folk of village will do? They will think that women from their village cannot undertake higher challenges. So she took a vow to learn English, and a series of winning career she became university topper and got medalist. She qualified a series of exams during the last semesters, and she qualified Indian Engineering Service 2013 with all India rank 1. And while undergoing training, she wrote this thing, Indian Administrative Service. Of course, we are also having a lot of people like this to quote. We have got the first tribal woman from Kerala, Sridhanya Suresh from Wayanad, and of course we are having a Ashish Das. He is a fireman. Recently he got qualified in civil service. We are also having real gems of persons with commitment. And regarding perseverance, let me speak about Joy Sebastian. This figure, you may be very much familiar this face, Joy Sebastian. Joy Sebastian is the CEO and founder CEO of a company known as Techtensia. This company was active right from 2010 onwards in a village set up in Alleppey. The brand nowadays it is called vConsole, and this platform for video conferencing platform has been approved by Government of India from a 1983 application. From a pool of 1983 applications, the prototypes were submitted, prototypes were called, and vConsole, a product from Kerala, Kerala-based Techtensia, has emerged as the winner. And vConsole is going to become the country's official video conferencing platform after investing in their techno platforms. They're going to invest a lot of techno platforms. At present, government organizations are only utilizing it, and tomorrow this platform will become country's video conferencing platform. Why I'm saying this means the perseverance means Joy Sebastian is not doing that prototype just for applying for that what you call hackathon or digital hackathon, Digital India program. He was in that business right from 2010, and he got different type of foreign clients, and he was experimenting it with this thing. But the post-pandemic period gave a thrust for his product, and his platform was foolproof, only lacking in terms of the capacity angle. That can be addressed. Otherwise, it was a foolproof product tempered through a decade's effort, and Joy Sebastian became a winning technocrat now just because of his perseverance. So Techtensia is going to bag a lot of orders in this area. 10 lakh towards, the government will also provide additional 10 lakh towards operations and management for next 3 years, and will be adopted for use by government through a contract. And after that, it will become the country's major video conferencing platform. And recently, the District Institute of Education, DIET, also has dropped a training contract with the Techtensia Software Technologies Private Limited to support students from class 10 to 12 perform well in public exams. Then coming to the new challenges aspect of young engineers. Sorry for certain sound disruptions which is happening because of the announcements going on by the electioneering parties. Yeah, new challenges. Let me give some glaring examples. Newer areas are being thrown open for women pilots. Fighter pilots are women nowadays. You can see 3 women pilots in the country's history. They are flying military jets. Newer areas are being conquered by these young engineers. And of course, you can see the Navy's Southern Naval Command Kochi's bright young officers. They are going to steer Dornier aircraft, and for maritime surveillance, they are going to pilot Navy's Dornier aircraft. Why I am saying this means newer areas and new challenges are being taken by our young engineers. This is a very encouraging aspect for covering the new challenges for in the post-pandemic period. In the innovation area, I'm just giving certain ideas regarding how the industrial segment as well as government platform is supporting for innovation. Innovation is going to be very sacred mantra hereafter. The National Industrial Corridor Development for Implementation and Implementation Trust, that is NICDT, is going to open up the project, that is an industrial corridor project from Kochi to Bangalore. This industrial corridor will be having its first node in Palakkad, subsequently Coimbatore and all those things. And the first node in Palakkad will be covering an area of 1800 acres, and a lot of manufacturing activities are going to be happening in this area. So this is one area where government is bringing innovation aspect in this Kochi-Bangalore industrial corridor, which will fuel the economic growth in the country and in Kerala specifically. A lot of activities will be coming in that. Even though we are lacking in manufacturing area, hereafter we have to give a lot of thrust on agro-processing services, export-oriented units, and manufacturing segment. And hereafter, in the post-COVID scenario, thrust areas, definitely electronics and IT will be thrust areas, biotechnology, life sciences, food processing, port-based logistics development, of course, digital payment gateway services. The very interesting fact that during 2016, November 8, Government of India, the Prime Minister announced that hereafter you will not be given sufficient notes. You have to be used to utilizing digital payments scenario and all, but nobody took interest in that aspect. But now, as a positive effect of the corona-strict economy, digital payments is nowadays very relevant and very frequent also. Even household, our our elder people are also using Google Pay in a very easy manner. So there is a good time for digital payment gateway services in future and security related aspects of those. TCS is going to tap this potential by conducting their own platform for conducting exams, their own manpower analysis and all manpower. The recent CAT exams also being conducted by TCS ION platform. They are conducting a lot of exams. So TCS is tapping this potential of online conduction of exams and all those things. And coming to research, where we heard in research, say the National Education Policy of 1986 were promising. From that point onwards, we were talking about 6% of GDP will be earmarked for countries' higher education. Even though South Korea and US, all those things, all those countries are earmarking a lot of percent, that's 4%, something like that. US, South Korea, even Israel is earmarking 4%, 4.3% of their GDP. Hardly 0.7% of the GDP is only allocated for the general education segment, and research will get only a smaller bread from that. This was a scenario, but National Education Policy 2020 reaffirms the commitment for spending 6% of the GDP towards higher education alone. So we have got 107 premier national technological institutions, 23 IITs, 20 IIMs, 7 IISers, and of course 31 NIT. Of course, some professors, Madhusara is also from NIT Calicut, and 5 triple IITs, and we are going PPP mode based 20 triple IITs and IISc Bangalore, All these 107 premier national technological institutions are there, and other national institutes are also there. Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy, Visakhapatnam, Center for Materials for Electronics Technology, CMAT, Thrissur, National Institute of Wind Energy, Vellacheri, Chennai, Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research. This is very good. Today, can anybody Google the intake of last year's intake of Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research in Mumbai? So 43 persons are taken from any degree, BTech or any degree, but their entrance exam is basically mathematics oriented plus economics. I rarely find any Malayali name, a Kerala name or southern part names in that list. They are offering a course known as MSc Economics, which is a mix of technology as well as economic metrics, which will give a larger insight for a technocrat thriving for setting up a new industry. It is fully funded by RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and probably they are absorbing a lot of people from that chunk also. Only 43 persons are being inducted every year, and its waiting list will be nearly 100. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. So nearly for 43 numbers, 43 persons, they are keeping a waiting list of 100 people for wait list. See the importance of that in that organization. But our engineers are least bothered in entering in such exams. It's not a very big deal. Only mathematics, advanced mathematics and economic principles were being asked in that entrance exam. And in my opinion, Center for Material for Electronics, CMAT, will be having a sound disturbance will be coming because of the electioneering parties. Center for Materials for Electronics will be coming area of IC fabrication and development. This CMAT Thrissur will be having a lot of say in the development of IC fabrication, which is going to take place in the country in the very near future, without which we cannot compete Chinese products. We have got our own manufacturing facility in India itself under the Digital India project or Make in India project, whatever. So be equipped yourself through the various online platforms. Education is a continual process. Continual upgradation of upskilling is a mantra of nowadays. Upskilling, skilled persons, upskilled persons. So we have to transform ourselves on a daily basis, on a situation basis, on an event basis. So a lot of platforms are available nowadays. It is very easy to undergo the courses of your choice under all these platforms: NPTEL, Coursera, Udacity, Lynda, TEDx, Udemy, edX at affordable prices. And of course, the big data. Here, Madhusar is here. He is the right person to speak about big data and all. A lot of opportunities are coming in big data area on that platforms, distributed file system platforms, and we have got a lot of thriving opportunities in artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these areas. So NEP 2020 can be seen as a ray of hope. Why we are saying it is a ray of hope means, first of all, it is getting committed that 6% of GDP will be given for the general education, in particularly a major chunk will go to the higher education and research and development activities. And another aspect is the manpower planning of the younger engineers will be done on a 3-tier platforms. That means skilled manpower in the non-engineers and diploma level skilled engineers and UG and PG level engineers, which are having potential. Those people are having potential to lead the industry as well as direct the industry towards research area. So integration of vocational training culture right into the general education stream is there in the NEP 2020. It's not as a simple thing, but even the Prime Minister during his address in universities and all, he is underlining this particular concept of vocational training throughout the career of general education. And he was advocating about the alumni interaction every now and then in all his addresses with younger engineers. Of course, raising the research fund to 6% of the GDP for research and innovation. This is one thing. Skilling, reskilling and upskilling. This is the nowadays. We have to strive for excellence based on your individual strength and eligibility, but not restricted to fitting into a box. Take time out of yourself, introspect, understand your strength. This will help you choose your future path. These are the words I caught from PM speeches during the convocation addresses in Mysore, centenary convocation addresses, Mysore University. These are his words. So my point is the ruling class is committed to the problems related to the research and development and industry and academics related issues. Now they are fully aware about it and they are channelizing their efforts for in the right direction. That's what I pursue. So computational thinking is a basic area stressed by NEP 2020. The coding ability must start from a lower level, but it should not be a simple coding ability, an algorithmic approach. There are a lot of programs are there. There is one program known as SH, Smart India Hackathon. It is an MHRD program, Smart India Hackathon, SH. 90 nodal centers are being arranged from there. Recently also they are conducting a lot of hackathon events under the innovation umbrella. So that's, again, I am telling the political will is reaffirmed through NEP 2020 and other various programs. The Ministry of Electronics and IT, the production linked incentive schemes, and manufacturing program, phased manufacturing program for ease of doing business. All these three components are going to drive our ventures, our startups in the right direction in the very near future. The PLI means a lot of incentives will be given for those people who are venturing into electronic manufacturing, even automobile segment. A lot of 6 more core areas were added recently in the PLI's net. A lot of support will be given by the government of India. So the terrible scenario of a pandemic, you may be knowing, a lot of jobs were lost, but a lot of shady areas are covered by a lot of green areas which are coming in terms of newer segments. Only thing is we have to open our eyes and we have to catch up the scenario and we have to reskill and upskill our technological things and we have to commit, we have to organize our potential. The government of India, even though some of the projects are already there, but some new projects are also there. RACE is now responsible artificial intelligence for social empowerment. It is actually Ministry of Electronics and Electronics and IT wing and Niti Aayog. These are the two prominent people behind that. So global meeting of minds on AI to drive India's vision and roadmap for social transformation is envisaged in RACE program. And INSPIRE is a satellite program. INSPIRE is a satellite program, international satellite program on research and education. It is just to inspire young scientists to hook children early into science and technology area. A lot of institutes are getting funds under Inspire scheme for developing satellite technology in their own campuses with the help of ISRO and all. And Kiran is a knowledge involvement in research advancement through nurturing. Kiran is basically empowering women power exclusively into the stream of science and technology. And they are getting international exposure. They are given international scholarship, international visits. They are getting enough exposure to international laboratories and all those things, research laboratories. SH, as I told earlier, it is a Smart India Hackathon. Of course, Inspire and Kiran are the Department of Science and Technology program. AIM is SH is Smart India Hackathon MHRD program. AIM is basically a Mentor India program, which is Nidhi Aayog is there. AIM is calling volunteers for manning some 900 Atal tinkering labs to engage the students in their labs. And of course, PRAVEEN, you are having program for improving mental health care. PRAVEEN is basically a Ministry of Health related program. And STARS, as you know, STARS is very popular in Kerala because it's a World Bank funded program, STARS. And from that STARS, Kerala has been benefited a lot. It's a strengthening teaching, learning, and results for states. Strengthening of teaching, learning, and results for states. Under the STARS program, most of our school segment, IT enabled, ICT enabled classrooms were made out of this STARS program, which is basically partly funded by World Bank and partly funded by Government of India. And of course, state is implementing that. So the horizons is set for innovation. So the ray of hope is COVID-19 vaccine. More than 30 candidate vaccines are under developmental stage in phase 2 and 3. Of course, 6 are in limited approval stage. Just clearing phase 3 clinical trials phase. And Covaxin being developed by Bharat in collaboration with ICMR is one of the strongest candidate for Indian continent. Of course, Oxford vaccine is also there. And other RNA-based vaccines are also there. Pfizer, you may be knowing Pfizer, Moderna, and all those things. Those may not be, we may not be getting a good bread from that. Probably we may be ending with Covaxin and Oxford vaccine and all. So new mantras in the post-COVID scenario, Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme-based innovations, Make in India efforts, and Digital India-based IT developments. These are the areas going to be propel our technical and scientific community in the country. While mentioning the political will, we cannot avoid this name, Jacinda Ardern, the Scandinavian Solace, let me call it as, the New Zealand PM, recently won her election there. And the words of her are very much fueling our hopes. What she says, we should build an economy that works for everyone, create jobs, train people, protect the environment, and address climate challenges and socio-economic changes. Even though nowadays we are living in a polarized world, our development should be focused on everyone, creating jobs, training people, protecting the environment. So we are getting a very solace from Scandinavian countries. They're very successful in tapping the potential in the post-COVID scenario. They're going to achieve a lot because it was not a fairy tale for them, the corona scenario was not a fairy tale for them because of the efficient management from the higher-ups. So marching ahead, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It is learning to dance in the rain. Thank you, everybody. I think it is, we are reaching time. That's why I am ending the session. Now, questions, answers.
Thank you so much, sir, for a very intriguing and informative session. Beginning with a bird's eye view over the major milestones since the post-independence Nehruvian era, and covering the opportunities, strengths, challenges, and trust areas of the present and future, you did motivate all of us to introspect more on how we should channelize our lives, both as students and engineers. Thank you so much, sir. And with that, I guess, sir, with your permission, we can go ahead and see if our audience have got any questions. Shall we, sir?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure. So, dear participants, you can either unmute yourself or type down your queries in the comment box. We look forward to your very active participation in this Q&A session. You may unmute or type down your queries in the comment box.
Chat box. There is nothing much uncomprehendable concepts we have discussed. We have given certain direction to it,
Yes, sir, exactly. The session is so clear enough that we did motivate us about how we should think more and make the best use of opportunities that we have with us.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyone would like to have queries on the right hand? You can say your feedbacks as well. You can unmute and say your experience being a part of the session, or if you have any doubts regarding it, you can ask that as well to sir. A feedback link has been put in the comment section. You can as well go in it.
Okay, then Anjana will wind up then.
Okay, sir. So, sir, is there anything else you wanted to cover before I wrap up, Praveen, sir?
No, I want to thank once again Khaled sir, Professor Badhu sir, and Professor Sabik, and Anjana, and all the participants, nearly 100 people, I think, addressed, actively participated in this session. I think it is a very encouraging for me for getting such an interaction with nearly 100 young engineers and scientists from Kerala, maybe from other parts of the country. They should tap my earnest appeal is they should know, they should understand the importance of the passing phase of the history. That's all. Thanks Anjana, and thanks all other people behind IEEE Malabar chapter. Thanks.
Yes, sir. On behalf of the IEEE Malabar Subsection and IEEE Malabar Hub, I extend my wholehearted gratitude to Mr. PRAVEEN Kumar for joining here with us in spite of all his busy schedules. Sir, the session was truly engaging, insightful, motivating, as I already told, and we're really fortunate to have been able to spend some quality time with you, sir. We look forward to more sessions with you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thank
Also,
Praveen, sir.
Thank you, Sabik. Thank you, Madhu.
Also, a big thank you to all the event coordinators for their involvement and willingness to take on the completion of the task beyond the comfort zones. Last but not the least, let me take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to all attendees for their spirited participation and enormous cooperation throughout this webinar. Once again, Thank you all for stopping by and joining here with us. We look forward to more participation and more webinars like this with you. Keep on supporting and keep on attending more webinars like this. Thank you. The webinar is over.